Welcome to Occultists Anonymous episode 50.
Really?
Do we have
Yeah, well,
plans?
hang on. I need to do a couple of those. Right, 50. Which is super cool. Like, that's a nice round, milestone number. Boom. Also hit like 400 and plus subscribers now on YouTube, which was super cool. And we've updated all that stuff, so that's officially the the Occultist Anonymous YouTube page, which I've been meaning to do, and now I feel super cool. I feel like it's a group instead of just my face. Making a face with my. One of these days, I'm going to actually play wearing my Abathur hat. And he fell. So. Yeah, we'll cut all that out. But yeah, this is our Mage the Awakening game. In case you've never seen it before, we are brought to you by, sponsored by Roll20, The Onyx Path, and viewers like you. We greatly appreciate all the support that we get from our viewers. Like I said, we're just us playing this game, and it's because of folks like you that we are actually even on Twitch, because there are those of you who are asking, hey, are you going to go live? And we were discussing it. And then Onyx Path said, hey, do you want to play on our channel? And we went, okay. And I believe Craig said, oh, yeah, sure. A one-time thing? Sure. No, we're going to be a regular feature, apparently. The board, I don't know if they knew what they were getting into. But yes, very specifically, thank you to our patrons. Who support us monetarily. They help us out with getting equipment and stuff like that. We're actually pushing for our first goal. We're halfway there to getting a video editor to help us out. Specifically help me out. Because I've heard you folks. Hey, what if we want to watch live, but we don't want to sub on Twitch, and we miss an episode, and then we can't get caught up? I get it. The current launch cycle is so I am allowed to do stuff on the weekend. So if we can get, if we meet that first goal, we'll have some help with video editing. I think I'm going to give them one video. I'll edit the other video, and then we can get them out speedy and quick and fast. And hopefully that'll help sync stuff up. So if you miss it live, you can just catch it on YouTube before the next one goes live. That would be the number one top goal thing. So yeah. And specifically, thank you to our patrons, Alexander, Brandon, Claire, Danny Giovanni, James, Josh, Cat Feathers, Michael, Noba, Perry, Ryan, Samuel, Schmitty, and Thomas. Thank you guys so much for your support. Also, just because I now realize it, if you want to support us, but you're like, please don't say my name on the internet, come support us and send us a message, because when you support us, I send you a message and I say hi. You can totally be like, hi, please don't mention me on the internet. Cool. Like, you can totally be anonymous, and we're totally cool with that. We are Occultists Anonymous, after all.
I get it.
I mean, we are far from anonymous. I think our names are here and stuff. But, yeah. And,
that's my shadow name.
Yeah, Occultist Anonymous is your shadow name?
No, Chris.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. By the way, I thought about that the other day. It's like, seriously, why are mages not just giving fake names? Like, they don't have to give their shadow name. They don't have to give their sympathetic name. They just say, yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You did say that you're Amanda that one time. I do remember that.
Because Prime 1 tells you it's bullshit.
Sure. But you have to have that spell. I mean, and you have to have it active. But yeah.
Also, like, I've just been giving the name of every person I've been confused for in real life.
It's great. Easy to figure out. Now, the key thing is keeping track of that. Other quick little news things. Deviant, The Renegades, is up on Kickstarter. It is already fully backed and funded. Previews of the stuff is going out just about every day. Bits of art, bits of the story stuff, bits of the rules. And if you back it at any level, you have access to like the manuscript, so you can actually read basically the mechanics of the book now. Which is really cool. I was nerding out about it just before we went live. I'm super excited. There will totally be some deviants in Occultists Anonymous as soon as I had the
there
book
already
in my
are
hands.
4.
Oh, yes. Okay, fair point. But we're not broken. Poor remade deviants. I know.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. And then there's also the teamed up with I cannot remember the name of them. Nobody gave me a handy thing. But yeah, Handiworks. I can't remember who they're working with. Onyx Path is teamed with somebody to make the Scarlands Creature Compendium, which is awesome if you enjoy D&D and monsters and great art and stuff like that. That's also up there on Kickstarter. So check those out. Cool. When we last left, bureaucracy happened.
It's true.
The Cabal had gone to the monthly meeting of the Concilium of New York City. It was some swanky manor that had basically been magically converted into a big, large theater. Everybody was all spaced out, wearing masquerade masks, which actually you guys posted it in our Discord. I don't think you posted it in the Discord, but yeah, cool little, bird masquerade masks and stuff like that.
BERB.
Yep. Very cool stuff. So check that out. Check that out. They might be posted later. We'll see. And they kind of got praised and like, yeah, look at these guys. And then there's that one guy who was like, but wait. Borsine.
We have a nemesis.
Yes. And they had some chit chat. I know Songbird kind of puffed her chest out, I guess would have been, yeah, and was like, yeah, check me out. Yeah, I'm up on the leaderboard. Yeah, 2 confirmed kills.
Obsession complete.
Yeah. Oh, did you actually decide it was completed?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And so, yeah, 1 obsession down. Finally, our first obsession complete, technically. Because I don't think anybody had one for the rare grimoires.
I do, but I haven't, because there's more now.
It? Yeah.
Yeah, there's more now, so I gotta follow that trail.
Gotcha. Hey, I was right. Handiworks Games. Okay. So yeah. Oh, also, if this is your first time with us on Twitch, I will occasionally look down at the chat. We're not watching the chat, so if like, hey, you did the rules wrong, I'll see that later. But it's not going to help right now.
First
so
of all,
don't bother.
thank you.
Yes.
Second of all, we won't see it.
Yeah, we're not going to see it.
I have chat popped out. I can see it.
Okay.
Let's play Wizards.
What's your excuse?
I put on my robe and wizard hat.
Yes. Sorry, 1 second, folks.
What? Okay, so your video stuttered there for a second, and then you were just gone. I didn't actually see you dodge off camera, so I was like, okay, he just got full out alien abducted.
Space 4. Woo! Okay. So yeah, that is where we had left them, and then we kind of faded to black, and I don't think we had anything picked up after that. If I remember correctly, that is literally where we left off.
Yeah, just at the meeting.
Mm-hmm. And that was that Friday of, oh man, one of these days I'll actually have this calendar
it's like late April at this point.
Yeah, mid to late April at this point.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Let us go ahead and say it was April 19th, so now we are 4/20/2019.
Nice. Blizz it. That's the weed number.
Thank you. So it is Saturday morning, or afternoon, whenever you guys pick up. There is the possibility of magic grimoires somewhere out there in, I almost said the wild, but out in undiscovered territory, someplace where somebody doesn't know necessarily. We don't necessarily know that, I guess. And some research has been done to try to see. Reached out to some folks that said they'd get back to you in a few days, probably Monday. Otherwise, kind of time is kind of ambivalent now until you guys are like, hey, we're going to go do this thing. So I know you guys had talked about some different scenes that were planned and you wanted to do, and some folks you wanted to talk to. So who's got some stuff that we want to do first?
I would like to go talk to Pip and Colossus.
Sure.
About some requisitions.
Absolutely, makes sense. Yes. So as you head down to the Adamantine Arrow Forge, you're greeted by Colossus and Pip, who are, they're working away. Well, you've never actually seen Pip actually working at any of the crafting stations. She runs the place, but you've never seen her actually forging anything. But yeah, they smile and wave and hey, Songbird, how are you doing? Kind of stuff. And there's a bit of a grin on Pip's face, who generally speaking is kind of she is a grinner. She's got that kind of mercurial, amused.
That's a good word for it.
Persona. But she kind of kind of greets you and stuff like that. She pulls from her pocket this little. It looks almost like a little Boy Scout patch, little round little patch. Walks over and just thumbs it against your chest or upper shoulder here, and it's just a little banner thing. And she goes, yeah, we got together, we decided you're crafting stuff, you're working stuff, this cabal thing is working out. Red Dread took some prodding a little bit after the meeting, but he admitted that you're providing, while you haven't done any work for us, you've shown that you have the capability, should you need to be called on, to actually make things, to work with Colossus. And we think that you deserve the opportunity to spread your wings and go fly, Songbird, and have a little more freedom instead of working with all the other talents. So congratulations, Banner Warden.
Hell yeah. Promotions.
Yeah. Banner Warden, though, is a bit of it's a lateral promotion, but definitely sure. Called on less, a little more freedom. So
right.
What is that Craig face?
It's a lateral promotion. A lateral is a lateral. Doesn't imply a high change.
Sure.
You got a new job.
Yeah.
Transferred to a different department.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So, but yeah, then Pip, after that, Pip's like, you are here. Are you here to make more? I think you called them Christmas presents last time you were here.
Just presents. No, actually, I was hoping to feel out if there's any sort of spaces that I could take over. Looking to build a bit of a sanctum for myself and my cabal.
Well, what kind of space? You just mean like some floor space or territory, or?
I mean, we already have more territory than we can,
property, I guess I should say.
Right. I mean, something a bit industrial would be nice. I kind of look around, obviously not this, but something that I can. It's a bit of a hike to come out here every time I want to do something.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that, and I imagine you're working with the rest of the cabal also crafters. We haven't.
Atreides has interest in it. Yes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Moros and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Matter. Absolutely. So Pip, Colossus kind of, pats your back, says, "Not my stuff. That's administration. Go talk to Pip." He goes back to the forge. Pip walks over to that big kind of desk that she's usually at, and she pulls out this big, 1960s, 3-ring binder type, and just kind of flops this thing open, and it's a bunch of pictures of cross streets, sections of map pulled out in little plastic sheets, from school and stuff like that. On the front side seems to have that map layout. On the back has got some various different information about the space. She kind of flips through halfway through, and she's like, there's some various space and territory that we the arrows have a claim to in one way or another. How long are you needing to use the space? As she's kind of flipping through the book.
Indefinitely, perhaps.
Aha. Okay. Well, let's narrow our search down then. She's bookmarking between her fingers a couple different spots. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and roll your sanctum, your status dots. Now, normally that would be 2. Now your availability.
3. Huh? 3.
Oh, yes. And then you've got And availability.
Permanent requesting would be two more than whatever I'm actually requesting.
Right. So if you're looking for basically a 1 dot safe space / sanctum, use the book terms. Yeah, that would be right at it. So you just have to roll your 3 dots and get a success.
Okay. Wait, you have to roll for everything?
Hang on. Let me double check. I'm trying to remember actually. Because requests.
Because I was willing to like gamble for a roll for something that's like a little bit already better set up and stuff.
Right. I'm trying to remember. They add resources. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Determines whether they have. Yeah. Doesn't summon. There's nothing you. Should assign availability. Consider as resources for purpose of procuring these resources.
Right.
Yes. Correct. Thank you. Yeah. So basically, yeah, you would have. It is not yours, but it is yours to use indefinitely. Yeah. So yeah, she picks out a couple different spots, and notably, there's a lot in Manhattan that are basically unclaimed, and she's flipping through and pointing out a couple different spots. Like I said, all of them have little front. On the front page has a map, so you can easily recognize we're in Manhattan. But
are there like notes about like ley lines in the area and stuff like that?
Most of them just detail. They're much more concerned about like crime rate and
defenses and stuff.
Right, exactly. Yeah. There's not too much. Like, there's some stuff that mentions like like spirits and ghosts are listed as because of potential adversaries or allies, not necessarily for their arcana magical side of things. Most everything, because it's adamantine arrow, everything is like, what are you potentially going to be in conflict with?
Right. Makes sense.
Yep. Skeleton PA raid?
We got friends.
Hello, friends. Welcome. Feel free to ask questions about what's going on in the chat. But yeah, if you have a specific place in mind, I don't necessarily know New York very well.
Sure. I mean, somewhere down in like the Lower East Side or even like Lower West Side is like, some sort of space that we could probably figure out for this.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah.
Relatively industrial warehouse sort of thing.
Yeah. I was going
like dock house or something like that.
Gotcha.
I was going to throw an XP at it to make it a better sanctum. I could also put one in it and make it a hallow, so you could have 2 mana sources instead of depending on the one theater, because it's.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you.
I mean, that works. A long-term plan is also to just dump a shitload of mana at,
making
the spell that lets me make a hollow.
Yeah. Well, and you can use the same spell to
sure
buff
to make it better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll give one and have whatever this place we find also have.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I imagine in terms of narrative, they have no idea that a hallow has developed there. So yeah, we'll talk later about where exactly it is, so I can put a little pin in it. But yeah, there's definitely some industrial location that is partially abandoned or is just a very quiet unused factory space or something like that. Yep. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and mark that down as like borrowed. The hallow ash is yours if you're going to go ahead and put that dot into it.
Okay.
And so the hallow is actually protected by sanctity of merits, but the sanctum is technically
I'll spend
not.
the XP for it. I'll spend the XP for it.
Oh, okay.
That's just 1 XP to buy it for rank 1.
Yep, one XP for 1 dot.
Okay.
Yes, it's all coming together. Put all your XP into New York and then leave. Cool. So you sit there and chat with Pip and kind of discuss some places, and sometimes like some of the Pip's commentary is like, "There's no good coffee shop anywhere near there." But you guys pick down a place down on the Lower East Side, which I guess that's really not very far from.
Nope. And then the other thing is that wanted to ask, because we still don't have the grimoire back from.
Correct.
He's
10 days. 7 days. Nope, down to 5.
We gave it to him on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, math failed.
So,
3 days. Yep.
Anyways, but I wanted to ask if there's anything more that Pip knows about it. Or about anything about why there's multiple of these, or why we didn't know that before.
When you mentioned that there's multiple, like that's news to her. And she walks over to the drawer that had it and pulls out the book that had Mashta's stuff, and she's like, there's not much in here that we kept record of it. Poor Barley. And so the record basically just had who was using it and not too much more information beyond that. That basically would have gone with it as like an owner's manual kind of thing. Like, hey, you're going to borrow this grimoire. Here's everything we know about it.
Okay. So she doesn't know really anything about it, basically.
No, basically all the information that they did have on it was gone with the book, with the grimoire, and that's definitely one of the reasons why they wanted it back, because they have no idea what really they knew it was a combat grimoire that was in with that category of stuff, but that was it.
All right. Cool. I'd probably hang out and help around with Colossus a little bit or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Do some mentor mentee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chit chat. Cool. And then we zip over to anybody else got stuff? Oh, Ash. This is Chris. That doesn't work.
Oh, I guess it for the stream.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Beyond getting whatever information I can from my person, but that's like tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and that's my thing. If everybody's good, we can jump forward in time.
You're all done with the weekend?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, if we're going to skip ahead, I was going to try and do ablation at the Hallow.
Go ahead and roll. We have 2 days worth of stuff tucked away there. Oh, actually more than that, because you tried to do ablations on like Wednesday.
And failed.
Mm-hmm. So it is a fully packed.
Full.
Yeah. Fully packed Hallow.
No.
Oof. What is with you? Lots of
Oh
ones.
Man, twice.
Oh,
all right.
man.
So I waste a couple hours, and then I get
hours.
frustrated and scrub again.
Wow.
Or scour my pattern.
Okay.
Do you collect all the tasks?
Hard to do that inconspicuously because it's like cobwebs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's this weird,
Yeah.
very gossamer kind of stuff. Which, by the way, if you want to think about possibly ways to kind of set it up so it shows up in a more, collectible form. Hey guys, I found an old Coca-Cola machine.
That is a hell of an idea.
The big question then is making sure that they're not snatching and drinking refreshing Coca-Cola full of mana. It's got electrolytes, what plants crave. So yeah, something to think about in, settling in all your stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I would have brought in like some furniture, and if you need me to
put
roll
like
for
a
that
big
out.
Reflecting pool / dish in your office.
I was actually thinking about getting like an antique Coke machine.
Yeah, just even one of like the little small ones, and just stash that.
Like with the door that you open and you pull the bottle out, almost like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Store that somewhere in your and
just keep that in my office.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I think that's exactly what happened Saturday. It's like you go Oblation. No. Oblation. No. Spiderweb, cobweb stuff everywhere and going, all right.
It's
I need a
here and I
code
just
machine.
can't friggin' use it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But for the sake of keeping things moving and the fact that we don't want your Hallow, go ahead and take the 4 mana. I imagine at one point or another, you're going to have the time to gather up, the 3 mana since your Oblation failed. But gather up that 3 mana.
That's awesome. So one thing I didn't know is when you scour your pattern, you actually get 3 mana back.
No.
I thought that's what it said in the book.
Definitely
Scouring.
not. It costs 3 mana to heal yourself.
Yep.
Oh, 3 mana here is okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I was to say, oh man, I wish it was that much mana. It'd
Yeah,
be a
exactly.
lot easier to stay topped off.
I must have read that wrong.
Unless you're a life mage, then it's easier to heal yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't give you more mana. Cool. But yeah, go ahead and take that just to not, otherwise it's just literally sitting there being wasted.
But it's, the first time I've been into my second line of mana since we started.
Yeah, and like I said, if nothing else, it's like, okay, Songbird, can you just come by the Leaf Theater again and help me out? Yeah. So okay, was there anything else you were doing on the weekend?
I guess I would probably take Atreides over to check out this
I would like
location.
to go to the place.
Cool. Yeah. So Lower East Side, and we'll get a better description later, folks at home. These guys, they're just gonna deal with it. We're gonna rough it. So yeah, it's not a large space by any stretch of the imagination. But it's clean, neat, swept up. But it's definitely defunct. There's spots of rust.
Sure.
Yeah. It could it's that very like early 90s movie where the kids discover that cool hangout, but first we need to have a montage of us cleaning it up. It's
right.
Very much that. Good.
Yeah, like I'm picturing like the roll up garage doors and like the it's like 16-foot ceilings with like the windows at the top and just classic sort of warehouse architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to check it out once we get there with like Mage Site and stuff and see like actually I'll cast what you call it, what is it,
one that lets us see ley lines,
the ley lines and everything.
Gotcha.
Sacred Geometry.
Yep. And roll your 7,
probably 9 dice after I take off 2 for Atreides.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Cool. 2 successes. Oh,
yeah.
After listening to some episodes of us as a podcast while driving across the country, we need to be better about calling out numbers of successes and instead of just being yay.
Yeah.
Because I noticed it was a little hard to follow at some points.
Sorry, podcast friends.
Let's just go ahead and apologize to Sarah and other people that listen to podcasts.
But yeah, so yeah, with 2 successes on your 9 dice, easily set it up. The resonance here, it like you definitely like walking in was one thing, but now that you're seeing it with the Sacred Geometry, the resonance here is of quiet, of disuse, not quite decay to that like far negative side, but it definitely has this like waiting kind of feel, or just like trying to think of restful kind of feel, not necessarily a lot of activity, actually possibly a little bit of like laziness and indolence. I like that. A lot of this space was full of machinery and working and stuff, and now it's just not.
Cool.
But that said, because Atreides is the one who bought the Hallow, how do you where do you see this Hallow being, and what kind of form does it take naturally?
It's just a big empty space, right? Mostly.
Sure, but there's, probably a manager's office, or potentially like you find some cracked like hole in the foundation that leads down to, some, golem-esque pit, or something. I don't think that, but I mean, hey, if that's what you're after, go for it, but.
No, I was imagining it would just be kind of like in the big open space. Like you can walk in and then sort of feel it.
Yeah.
So this is like in an old factory or something?
Yeah.
Old industrial
warehouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it easily could have been like a car repair shop or something like that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So this would like, I'm just like thinking the Hallow at the Leaf Theater was one of like inspiration and performative, and this one might be more like industrial and
yeah, it's
Well, Hallows don't generate resonance. Sure, they pick it up. So right now, this is a Hallow that makes mana that is lazy mana. Yeah, sleepy mana.
Lazy mana.
I like that sleepy mana.
So sleepy.
But yeah, especially with sacred geometry. For Obrimos, Aether Vision, there's all sorts of mandalas and shapes and stuff like that. I'm kind of curious what it would look like on the Moros side of thing. Actually, probably a lot of change and cycling and stuff like that, because Aether is far more about potential, and Matter and Stygia is much more about transition and change. So. But yeah, so big empty space, and you guys stand there silhouetted by the roll-up doors and going, okay, what are we going to do with this now?
I'm going to go around and start trying to just like fix anything that's broken.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you, let's, actually, you want to go big with this, you can do it all at once.
That's a very big spell, and this is a 3-dot matter spell.
So you're still throwing, you're still throwing 6 dice at it baseline?
Let's see if I've got. I would need instant and scale.
I mean, you don't have to be instant. You can take an hour because you've got Gnosis 3. Sit down, take 2 hours, and get a bonus die. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that is the thing I love about Mage is like, yes, I can now cast these tougher, more powerful spells, and actually now because my Arcana has gone up, my ability to cast them has also gone up. You're just missing out on some of that reach. So
is it a -2 for scale?
I think that's probably right. Let me pull up.
Because I can raise it 1 with a reach, but then I need another one to make it the whole building, right?
Actually, small warehouse is a -2 with advanced scale. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be just a -2. And then book. I believe you have the basic is the primary factor is already potency, if I remember correctly. For repairing, yeah. So basically, you need the advanced scale and -2 to get everything, and then you've got 3 potency that you're throwing at it to fix stuff up.
So does that look right?
Wait, what spell are you casting?
I was looking at Negredo and Albedo.
Oh, okay.
It lets you fix destroyed things.
Right. Okay. Your Gnosis is higher than that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
And yeah, your reach was what was throwing me off. So if you, because you only have 1 free reach, because it's a 3-dot spell. But what reach are you going to go ahead and do it instant cast?
No, I can spend an hour.
Okay. Yeah. So you only need the 1 reach anyways. So yeah.
Okay.
So 6 -2 gives you the 4, and then you can do up to 3 yantras.
All right, I keep forgetting I get 3 of those now.
Yes.
So we
Yay
just
for
make
Gnosis
that 5
level up.
then.
Yep.
And I get 8 again on this if I have my shadow name.
If you're using your shadow name. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I rolled 2 8s, so roll those again.
Yeah, just roll. Actually, no.
And the 9s.
Free roll 4 dice. Because 8 again includes 9 again. and technically 10 again. And reroll that 9.
Oh, okay.
It's
you got 5. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's 5.
I got caught up in just more dice.
5 successes.
Yeah, 9 dice total, get 5 successes. So that's an exceptional success. What you want?
I'll take a condition that I will try to resolve this time before it expires.
I think that it would be appropriate to have a bonus to crafts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it +2?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. I also have a spell I'm going to cast. And I'm going to take an hour as she's doing hers as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just start like walking on and like tracing some of the like ley lines and mandalas and stuff that I see.
Mm-hmm.
And like I kind of picture this as like tracing them slowly and then like ending up like almost at like a jog of these like circles and concentric circles and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm like trying to wake up the resonance
mm-hmm.
to a bit more of like a sort of industrious driven sort of resonance.
Sure. Geomancy?
Yeah.
Cool.
So 10 dice, I think, if math is right. This is at indefinite duration.
Okay, so 7, 7, 14 minus 4 is 10. Yes.
Cool.
And then your instant and advanced duration?
Scale and advanced duration.
Okay, and then take an hour to cast it. Okay.
Yep. Oh, indefinite's another reach, isn't it? To go to that.
I can't ever remember. That's duration. There we go. Right.
A reach and a mana.
Yep.
Okay. Then I have 2 dice of paradox.
Okay.
Or I guess I would have a chance die paradox because I used my tool.
Okay. Oop. Oh wait, no, chance die. We're good.
Chance die.
Yep.
Good.
So roll them 10 and get.
All right.
Oh, never mind. I'm not going to jinx them. This is Songbird we're talking about. There we go. 3 successes. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, and I like the idea of the slow walk and building up to a jog, being like, okay, wake up. Yep. I dig that. As you guys basically lay into this place and start fixing it and waking it for use. Cool.
What
And,
do you need to make a forge? Do you need like stone? Because I can build those.
I was gonna buy one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. He does have the resources for this. We don't have to get completely survival RPG or anything like that. But
that'd be sick though to have like a super old school one that we made by hand though.
That is the power of that is a Forge Master thing right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, we're gonna buy one right now, but later. Don't you forget about that.
Oh,
made from perfected stone.
I'm willing to bet you can buy a forge on Amazon.
Oh, 100%.
In this universe. So
yes, 100%.
I think I'm like sitting there on my phone, like, okay, it'll be here. Look at that, Prime, one day. What do you know?
There we go.
I mean, you usually want to make your own though to build it up to do what you want it to.
Oh, yeah. Sure. But yeah, I think I just take like the next week or so to like shop for a bunch of tools and stuff
Start
like that. And, exactly. And then bring in like actual like path decorations and stuff.
Which reminds me, because we did jump forward a couple days. Actually, no, technically it's still the weekend. We talked about it before. Are you actually going to try and perfect your necklace? The lead? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just because, like I said,
I had already done the one group on, that would have been Friday, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, I have no problem hand waving that one like we did previously. I was just like, oh, wait, hey, couldn't remember if we said that. So, cool. So the Sanctum begins. I mean, right now it's a big, barren, empty place, but yeah, start building up symbols of prime and matter.
I'm going to go ahead and roll to put my domain in here as well.
Okay. And using the same soulstone You're pulling it out of. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm keeping mine at home.
Ooh, that's a good one. 4 successes on one roll.
There we go. Which, if I remember correctly, you
done.
need 3.
So I need 3. Yeah.
Check.
Cool.
Are you now? Because that's a small room worth of domain.
Yep.
So is there?
I'll take like a
quarter
half of
or
it
something?
or so. Yeah, a quarter or whatever.
You could just put it in one of the offices.
I mean, I want it to be out and
Where
I
he
want it
can
to be able
work
to
on
be
it. Yeah.
part of the tools and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Some overlap between like the hollow and my domain.
Don't mind
stuff
me. I'm
like
just
that.
going to get a corner of the hollow and just going to
Yeah.
do mine. Cool.
I never rolled to set mine back up at home. I should do that.
Oh, wait. When did you take it?
We moved it when we went to
Tore it to
Philadelphia.
Philly.
I took it with me.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. If you'll go ahead and roll that 7. Well, 6 D10. Yep.
It's 2.
2 successes.
2 successes. Cool. So it took you 2 hours.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, no problem. So that's still back up at the Puck building.
I don't want my soul stone away from me.
I understand. Cool. All right. Anything else on that
I think we're
Saturday?
good for that scene.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
figured
also,
that was
if any
probably
of you
Sunday
are
or so.
missing willpower, don't forget to increment those up as you go day by day.
Also, I do want to point out that Craig was apparently right and linked it into the chat.
Yeah. It's 3 mana when you scour.
What?
That's what it says.
Holy moly! Have I been getting that wrong this entire time?
But it's
True.
also not. It's also not a bashing damage. It's a resistant lethal damage.
That I knew. Yeah, because
Okay.
you get straight up cuts and stuff. So blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I've just been taking strength away because I don't need it.
Mm.
I'm going to just go ahead and give myself a couple bonus
It
manas here.
produces 3 mana.
Yeah.
Holy. Okay. But I have been so wrong about that for so long. Like, because I remember thinking, oh man, it sucks because it takes 3 mana to heal yourself, but you only get 1 mana by scouring. And I was like, man, it's just so hard. Oh no, actually you can just swap those. Whoops. Also, that means life 2, or no, what is it? Yeah, life 2
Life 2.
is even better.
It's pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Don't mind me, folks. I'm new to this.
We're just learning this game 50 episodes in.
Shh. Which, by the way, just for clarity, that's 50 episodes, but that's like only 25 sessions. So,
Which is still a lot.
shh.
We've been doing this
It's
for
a long time,
more
yeah.
than 6
Work
months.
with me here. Okay. So that is Saturday. We scour. Everybody's back to full mana. I'm sure fairly
Yeah.
quickly. And cool. Anything else? Saturday, Sunday, on into Monday when Atreides, you get an email from the university. It is like very it looks very formal. In basically, it's a Emily Miller, per your request. Here's some research that I hope this helps you on your in your research. Signed, Dr. So and so from blah 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 blah.
Oh, it's Dr. So-and-so? I've heard he's a premier researcher on
Premier research
Ancient
on
bullshit.
Peru.
ancient
Yeah.
bullshit.
Ancient bullshit. So yes, there's a bit more information on Takume. Not a ton. Basically, there's not a lot that people have gone out to do. That said, a lot of the research you get, especially since you asked about like the myth and folk tales and stuff like that incorporates the area, because it's a huge area. There's not too much in terms of like factual evidence, but there are a couple. They're like, well, yeah, it is kind of weird that there's where like people went and they're like, oh yeah, this worker back in like 1926 went and was working, and then came home and like had this disease that like all the local doctors could not identify, that could not help him, as he basically just wasted away. It's like, and there's like one report of that, and then there's another later where like somebody reported like basically they were I almost said incarcerated. They were put in an asylum because they swore they were being haunted. That they heard whispers and voices that knew things that were secret to them, and they just they've gone mad, and so
they've gone crazy.
Yeah, some of those things kind of, once of course one story got out, and of course it was retold, and so now you have 12 different versions of it that everybody thinks is a different person, and so
we're finding like the actual people instead of someone heard that this happened to someone.
Yeah, over like the 1926 one is like the first real recorded reliable one, and there's been maybe 10 or 12 since then, but it's enough that most people, and especially since in terms of like tourism and stuff like that, there's not a lot to go see, so there's not a lot of,
because the pyramid's not there anymore,
right? I mean, like the best actually. Amusingly, the picture on
you're on Wikipedia is just an empty blank space.
Yeah, click on the like corresponding article in Spanish that actually has a much better image. Amusingly, they have a different image on it that actually you can see. Oh, there is actually a bit of a pyramid and stuff like that. But yeah, because it's not as glamorous as Egypt, King Tut's tomb, or anything like that. So there's a little less. International interest, there's local interest, but there's generally speaking it's a fairly quiet place, and there's still a lot of oral history and local history. People kind of know what went on there because it's from like 1000 AD, so compared to a lot of the other sites it's fairly new compared to the one in like the Yucatan or Cambodia. There's less interest in it. You're not talking about stuff that's BCE and stuff like that. But there's still plenty of interest because it's still pre-Hispanic culture. Mm-hmm. So, but generally speaking, you get mostly the details that we have on Wikipedia, plus a little bit more like details of names of researchers and other archaeologists, local contacts. This guy wrote an essay, kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, are we back at Songbird's place? Is Weird here?
I mean, at this point, it's Monday, so
yeah,
up to you guys.
It's more I just want to relay this to folks and be like, so do you guys want to make plans to deal with this?
I'm sure you guys have group text anyways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could meet up at Songbirds if you like.
Sounds like we might be dealing with some nasty curses, some ghosts.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, just based off of the stories that you're hearing, you're definitely like, without studying it, you could easily be like, not matter, life,
death,
fate, death, mind. Those are the ones that kind of immediately pop to mind just when you talk about curses and people going insane and hearing voices, and disease.
Well, the good news is that supernal dispellation works on anything.
Zap that thing. I'm going to burn through my mana, but it's fine because I get
all these
3
spells.
mana back every time I scour.
Yeah. Fuck that spell. Blown. Fuck that curse. Fuck that curse in particular. Yeah.
You're cool.
You can stay.
Do you guys have any plans for what you might want to do to prep for this?
I mean, I think we need to take a look at the grimoire when we get it back first tomorrow.
Yep.
If there's some sort of magical binding between these, like if they are like sisters, then
and I wouldn't mind having a look at it also to see if there's some sort of a fate connection between them.
Sure.
Like maybe there isn't a direct connection; they're just fated to be together, or
sure,
or fated to lead somebody to their doom, for example.
If the same mage or the same cabal or the same, hate to put this out into the world, but the same Exarch created all of them, then like there ought to be something that I ought to be able to discover with Prime. Whether that helps of tracking the next one down, I don't know, but it would help us know what we're walking into at least.
Ghosts and curses I'm not particularly worried about, but if there's other things there, then we...
spirits.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with a spirit.
I know this isn't, from the little I understand, this isn't really Shanna's thing, is it?
She doesn't do a lot of curse breaking, no. She's hunts wild things.
Right, so the other thing I was thinking about is that there might be defenders there, if this was set up as some sort of a repository. No, to draw on an archetype, like a dragon guarding a lair. So having somebody from that Thyrsis along might not be a bad idea. But if that's not really her thing, then we don't really have anybody.
Also could go for the next best thing.
The werewolves?
They're sort of a Thyrsis.
I hadn't even thought of that. That is a great idea.
We've befriended them.
We can make it up to Logan by letting him go on fucking international
glory.
Indiana Jones adventure.
And I will remind you, he is a spirit dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, I was reading what you can get with the allies merit.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like this is a big pull. You need like 4 dots to pull it.
Possibly. If
but,
you were asking,
like, can we convince him to do it because he might be into it?
Right, and that's the thing. Like, because a big ask is going to Rendred and being, hey, we need you, Mr. Thyrsis, to come along and do this stuff, and he's going to go, why? I have no interest, 4 dots availability. Yeah. Go over to your buddy Logan, be like, I hear there's some big spirits causing some stuff, and you're going to be the solo werewolf guarding 3 wimpy little mages. And he's going to go, yeah, let me get my axe. Potentially.
Because it worked.
Yeah.
Because it worked so well last time.
Right.
I mean, he might get to use it this time.
Yeah.
And he'll have a story.
Cool. Well, I mean...
Yeah, I was looking to put my other XP point into Ally to see if I could get him.
You are 100% welcome. Like, Logan is definitely somebody in the tier of available, like, that roster spot is open and, unlocked, check. So yeah, if you want to...
You got support level B, you can recruit him.
Yeah. He's definitely available. Now, trying to pull that on, like, Red Dread, 1 dot ally. No. You can get him as a contact.
He'll do some things for you, but he's not gonna,
Yeah. I have new friends in chat. Somebody said Venom is their favorite comic book character.
Go you, new person.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a talk here. Like, yes.
He's got a brand.
I have a brand. Cool. Weird. What are we casting?
We are casting divination.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using my mirror as my divining device.
Okay.
So I believe that gives me 8 again on this spell roll. Is that right?
If you include it as a yantra, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now, what are your yantras total? Because you got 7 there.
So 4 for Shadow Name.
Okay. 1 for the mirror.
1 for the mirror and 2 for high speech.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I dig it.
So that gives me 6, 8.
Yes.
And I'm gonna want to do that manually because I want the 8 again.
I'll copy over my macro to you guys after this game.
Sure.
An 8 again macro.
Or right now, actually.
I mean, you can also just type it, use the spell template, and then mouse over and see how many 8s you got.
Yep.
Or no, it'll show you.
It'll show you. Mm-hmm. Right. Which I kind of like because then I like
rolling and together.
Rolling again. So like those 2 9s. So go ahead and roll those 2 again.
Yeah, I don't really like just manually typing because then it adds them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So about that,
5.
you wanna? Well, I mean, you've got 5 at that point.
5 successes.
Okay, so we are casting divination, which I have to remember is time, not fate.
Correct.
I mean, I get it, but also,
Yeah, the prime factor is potency, but I'm not sure what potency does in this particular case.
that is actually what I was looking to go see, because it doesn't give you more questions, does it?
No, and I already paid Reach for the detailed question and more detailed answer.
Can ask one general question per level of potency. So by default, you've got 2 questions.
Okay.
So if you want to use the exceptional success, this would give you 3 questions.
I think I'll take the condition because I'm hungry for arcane beats.
Sure, I understand that. Actually, we're going to use this as the informed condition.
Sure.
So, should you act on something related to this information you were about to get, when making the roll, you can use the condition. If it comes up as a false, it's actually considered, if not false, fails, it comes up as 1 success instead. If it actually succeeds, it becomes an exceptional success. So it basically shifts everything up. You do have to declare when you're using it, and it has to be related to this information. But
okay. So I want to know if Logan coming with us is a good idea.
All right. And then you did the reach.
So I'll get the reach gives me the detailed, like a more detailed question and a more responsive answer.
All right. Cool. So well, this one actually comes as yes.
Will Logan be able to deal with whatever we encounter in Peru?
Deal is such a fun multi-purposed word.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
Especially when you talk about spirits. Actually, it comes up with basically that Logan will be able to intercede with the things in Peru.
All right, and potency 2. So those are my questions.
Nope. Oh,
yes.
No,
right.
Yeah, no, because you decided not to. Yep.
One more.
No.
Right.
Yeah, he went to do it the condition instead. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I do a quick spell using my new mirror. Thank you very much, Songbird. And I say, Logan is an excellent idea.
All right, cool.
So here's the real question. You call him up, you go visit him.
I'll send him a text.
I was going to text him. Be like, hey, so...
I was thinking maybe the more personal touch, like we buy some donuts for the crew.
It's a lot of donuts to buy, by the way.
I was gonna say,
as a way of, just sort of ingratiating ourselves with
I was going to say, I text him to see if we can come meet him at the firehouse tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he comes back with, absolutely. You guys are always welcome to come by.
Cool.
Yeah.
I am going to cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
It is body control, which is going to be advanced duration.
Okay.
So I can control the scent that we put out.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to make us all a bit more alluring.
Sure.
Since we're trying to convince him of what we want.
Sure. Oh boy. And I just realized it's going to be 3 women who are going to go meet with Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's never met
this
female Songbird.
No, I just realized this is going to be like mental gears are moving here real quick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And we're not going for seductive. We're just going for interesting. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see about that roll first. And you're casting this now, or you're going to cast it basically tomorrow?
Yeah, I cast it before bed.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. Okay. It's advanced duration, so it'll last a day either way.
Cool. So 2 reach. So we've got chance die or full die?
Chance die.
Okay. Not a problem. And then we've got 5, 1, 8, 11.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
4
close.
successes.
Yeah.
So close.
And then you spent your mana because it's a life spell.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Mutable Mask as a praxis?
Mutable Mask as a praxis, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Actually, out of curiosity. Let's see here. Not time. What control?
I guess this is a potency 1, so it does give us like +1 to initiative and stuff if it comes up to mattering.
Right.
How long is this up for?
A day.
A day? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and the mage is the one who's control of the subject sent. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So anything else for you guys on Monday night?
I have his number at this point.
I mean, you can ask me for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send like a bunch of smiley faces, and then just like, and then just send the like Dawn of the Last Day, fucking Zelda thing for him.
Yeah. The reply comes back of, who is this?
Just birds.
Sure. He's like, yeah, I think the reply back, and he's like definitely one of those people who like texts in full punctuation and stuff like that. You know? Yeah, you'll get it. But yeah,
and then just send like a selfie of like,
yeah. Ooh, send a recent photo of yourself to Mastigos. Yeah,
we'll be right.
Cool. So
it's all jokes, bro.
I mean, he knows where to find him anyway.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Well, the thing is that is now that's a sympathetic connection, like Yantra. So,
I'm aware.
Yep. Which, yeah, and it's all in the concilium, and you guys know each other. So, but yeah. So the next morning, are we hitting the firehouse first, or are we gonna go check on the group?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you guys, you gals, meet up, and head down to the firehouse, which, like we've discussed before, is just a couple blocks from the Puck building. Which, now that it is not raining, this walk is just so much more pleasant. What was that?
Is Rescue 1 actually where Rescue 1 is? Mm-hmm. Okay, because it's like a ways away, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up on like 42nd Street on the west side of town.
Gotcha. Yeah. You guys are the ones who decided to, walk there that first time. I couldn't remember. But yes.
Well, now I actually know where it is.
Oh, that's true. But yeah. Yeah.
We get over there.
Yep. And
travel montage.
Yep. Travel by map. Sorry. Yeah, you guys make your way over to the firehouse. Of course, it is a fairly active place today, just like it always is.
It's firehouse,
right? Exactly. Which goes from being very, very quiet and nothing's really happening to all of a sudden a lot is happening. And
we have donuts.
Donuts and a jug of coffie and.
I mean, this is a large firehouse. You probably
a lot
have
of coffee.
A lot of coffee and a lot of donuts. Yeah. But yeah, you guys roll up.
Kolaches.
Yeah. And there is a like loud huzzah of like donuts, and it just spreads.
Yeah, I'm holding them out so I don't get anything bitten.
Right. Yeah.
Like weird disappears into a cloud of dust and tornado, and then pops out, and there's just like empty donut boxes everywhere.
The boxes are gone too. But yeah, like you guys are very quickly swarmed. Alicia sees you. Well, actually spots Atreides and Weird, and kind of makes
and someone she doesn't know.
And because Songbird looks very much like Songbird, looks like Songbird's twin sister's, female cousin, and kind of looks over and does a double take, and like you watch like her nostrils flare, and she's like reading. Huh.
I just nod to her.
Okay, that's cool. Motions and actually, kind of like slips an arm in Songbird's arm and goes, funny thing, Jake can actually do this too.
Interesting.
And, it kind of leads you away as like the boxes of donuts are being passed around, like, and you guys are like in the garage effectively, and she kind of makes just brings you guys into more the living space type area, and Logan like surfaces out of the massive people swarming over donuts, and has like two in hand, passes one off to Alicia, and kind of looks at Songbird and goes, all right, cool. I have some confusing thoughts right now, and I'm okay with that. And like kind of makes your guys way over, and sits, and you guys kind of find a little safe space to sit, and kind of Logan's like, it's good to see. Actually, three of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
We're down one.
Okay.
Less said about that, the better.
All right, touch the subject. My bad. All
right.
Just
say he went pure.
We have a proposition for you.
Okay.
Combined with the pheromones right now is a very interesting sentence to say.
Not like that.
But
okay.
Yeah, not like that. Do you have any vacation time coming up?
Alicia and Logan both like laugh. Yes, we have so much vacation time.
How do you feel about a trip to Peru?
Not exactly a glamorous place.
No, and probably even less glamorous than you're thinking. I'm sure you've seen Indiana Jones,
sure.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about doing a little tomb raiding?
And
here's the thing: we know that there's something, some sort of adversary involved in what we want to recover, that's doing things to people. So we thought we could use someone of your particular talents.
You need some backup.
Mm-hmm.
We need someone who can deal with the spirit.
Yeah, we thought it would be more that we would back you up.
He leans in.
It's like, okay, hang on, spirits. Okay.
You can't do that.
Oh, hang on. It like pulls his phone out, presses record. Can you say that again, please?
But we can't do that.
But
we want your help.
Ends recording, puts that in his pocket. All right. Okay.
So our idea was that we would back you up should we encounter something of that nature.
Okay, so
he doesn't need backup. Remember, we
no, but I want to make sure I'm putting him out in the front.
Right. And he nods. He goes, okay. So you just need me. You don't need Alicia, is what I'm hearing, right? And like she's like glaring daggers but grinning. She's like, yeah.
More the merrier.
If you want a storyteller, she can come, but we really just need you.
Okay, no, that's fine. And kind of looks at Atratus, and if there's something big and scary to kill, I get to kill it.
Absolutely,
we can kill it this time.
Okay.
She promises to let you swing your axe at least once.
At least once.
Okay. I've been working on my form. Okay. I'm not really the one that needs to be convinced, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I need to talk to Jake anyways.
And I have an informed condition to clear, so I was hoping to do that anyway.
Okay. And so he kind of like, yeah, okay, we'll chat with Jacob. Jake. Sorry, my brother's, yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, he'll be in a bit. Let me go double check with Moraine and make sure things on that end should be okay, which it should be. It's just me that you need.
Yeah.
And then again, the grin at Alicia, and Alicia's like, yeah. Go talk to Moraine. Shove, and kind of looks over at Songbird and Weird and Atratus and goes, down one, not talking about that weird subject. This is, and kind of points at Songbird, permanent, temporary, accidental,
fluctual.
Cool.
Sometimes.
Okay. So yeah, very, very much like Jake. he doesn't do it he does it intentionally, but it's part of ceremony usually or something like that. So, but okay, cool, yeah. All right. Otherwise, you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been an interesting couple weeks.
Cool.
we've had some pretty good wins recently.
Oh, you guys haven't seen my friend Jimmy recently, have you?
Oh God.
No.
And I try to say it out loud.
Yeah, no. Jimmy, as far as we know, Jimmy has been a good boy, and
Cool.
has stayed out of our hair. We have kept an eye out for him. Jake made a big speech about he's looking into stuff, so don't do anything dumb where he might see, which, I mean, that's kind of standard stuff. Logan and I have kept an eye out for him specifically just to, I mean, if necessary, like you just each grab an arm and just...
He's got his own set of problems now, so I don't think he's going to bother you anymore.
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not sorry to hear that. He was digging into some stuff and being a real creeper. So okay, but I know he's a buddy of yours, so don't want anything bad to happen to him. But yeah, better that he's.
We're trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Not to excuse what he's doing, but it really is a case of he can't help it.
All right. Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, he's on the track for something
all right.
a bit worse to happen to him, maybe.
So, okay. Well, hopefully nothing bad actually happens to him. But yeah, I'm glad he's been diverted.
Alicia, did you want to come with us to Peru?
No, they don't have internet. Well, they probably do have internet, but like, I'll miss my shows.
Not where we're going.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely out. No, I'm good. But no, and she's like, and I'll be honest, Logan has been jonesing for a win. It sounds like you guys need him.
We owe him also.
Yes, you do. Yeah, like you should have seen it. And like she kind of looks over and spots him as he's coming in. He has been crying like a baby ever since you guys. And so Logan comes over, pulls up the chair and says, "Yeah,
do you want a hug?"
Again with the confusing, and like leans over the table and gets a quick hug, and it's like, so Moraine says we're good. We don't have any weird training exercises or anything mundane that I have to deal with. So when Jake comes in and kind of looks up at the clock, half an hour or so, probably an hour, we'll kind of take the case before the judge and
Cool.
let him know. Yeah, but
you want to work out in the meantime?
Work out?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Lift, bro.
And so I think you guys have a bench pressing contest or some various thing. I will go ahead and tell you, Logan has 6 strength. So
yeah, I know he wins for sure. But it pushes me.
Yes. Logan swinging strength plus weaponry is a terrifying thing. But yeah, he nods and all right, spotting for you and stuff like that. And where Alicia is standing with Weird and Tradison goes, still a bit of a dude.
Still Songbird.
Very, very still Songbird.
Yeah, it's Songbird. What does it matter what form he's wearing?
Oh no, I'm just amused.
Okay.
But yeah, little time passes, and Jake comes in and like has a donut and a cup of coffee, both of which look at this point, little on the cooler, side.
Worse for worse.
Right. But they definitely look like they had been set aside. It's like
for him.
Right, yeah. Comes in, he's got donut, coffee, looks at the 3 of you and goes, "My office." Like, not upset, he's just like, mages are in the building, something dumb is going on. And basically, I imagine you guys kind of regurgitate the information. And he's sitting at the desk, and like the 4 of you are lined up. Alicia is like, I ain't going in there. You guys are on your own. Yeah, you guys can roll persuasion plus whatever you guys are thinking of.
Can I use my condition on that one?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Manipulation?
Or
presence?
Or presence.
I'm going presence. That's my raw likability.
I'm going to go presence and persuasion.
Okay.
Using my condition.
Cool.
I got 1.
2 for me, so that's an exceptional
success.
Persuasion 5?
Exceptional success.
Yeah, he is a very persuasive dude.
Charismatic as hell.
Yep. And so you guys kind of talk and kind of present your various arguments, which I imagine come down to we need somebody who can actually do spirits. Weird is like he can 100% help. And we owe him.
We owe him.
We owe him a
You
win.
owe us.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yes. And so Jake kind of looks and says, all right, and Logan, you're on board with this? And Logan's like, hell yes, they owe me. And Jake says, okay, but this makes us square. And you have to bring him back mostly intact.
If we come back, he's coming back.
That works for me. Do you know when you guys are leaving?
Soon, I think.
Soon, yeah.
We've got a couple things to
weeks,
take
maybe?
care of first, but in the next week, so.
Okay, cool. Logan's like, cool, I'll go update my passport? Were we flying or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are we flying?
Unless somebody can call in a favor.
Teleporting.
Well, the issue with teleporting, and like you guys are totally welcome to, but like, teleporting there is pretty easy if you have something properly representational that'll get you there. But there's a lot of mundane, getting back, other mundane questions of, like, what are you doing here? Where's your passport? And how did you get in here without the passport being stamped? Some of those things. Yeah. Like if you had the ability to bounce around, teleporting works okay. But relying on and hoping, and especially since if you're taking Logan, that's even more mana, more sympathetic connections. Yeah, it gets a little bit harder too. So
we'll take a plane.
Okay, well, no floating holes in space. That's fine. Okay.
Lizards or something.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm so disillusioned finding out that mages can't do things that we can do. All right. Cool.
Wait,
let him have it. Just let him have it.
Just teleport places?
Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I could circuitously get there through the shadow. Teleporting by portals in space would be way cooler, and plane is probably way safer. But should the need arise, I mean, yes.
Cool. It's good to know.
So he's like, cool. You guys said you had other stuff to do, and technically I am on call.
Oh, wait. Hey, Jake.
Yes.
You guys haven't seen Jimmy, have you?
No. Thank you.
Cool. So that axe?
Right. Logan, Logan's like, I'm going to go get it. You guys tromp down like to a basement, and like there's 3 guys playing cards just by happenstance next to this and like all 3 of them look up and like you have never before been like, wolves, right, okay, no sudden moves. And Logan's like, it's okay, you guys just hang out here. Logan makes his way over and just works, it's big mesh, almost like like police locker, evidence room kind of thing. He makes his way back there, pulls out the duffel bag that you guys had seen before, comes out and says, I'm allowed, and locks it up. And the 3 guys watched and go back to playing their game. And he's like, cool, let's go sit somewhere. And he pulls out this, big, for those of you who've seen the previous episodes, you'll recognize this. If you're new, hi. It is a big, what looks like a big fireman's axe, but the blade has been extended down into a big bearded axe, and your classic Gimli, cleaving thing. And he kind of sets that down on a like workbench thing in the basement and sets that down and goes, yeah, it's pretty in, and just kind of runs his hand over it. And yeah, it's got like, now that you've got a chance to actually look at close, there are runes on it that look like no language that you guys have ever studied. It's definitely the first tongue.
Language.
Yes, the first tongue. Across the blade, and he kind of flips it over and says, yeah, well, that is yeah, that's my pride and joy. It still hasn't spilt any blood yet. Looks
Can
at
I
Atreides.
scrutinize it with matter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like technically you can scrutinize with anything. It's just what
you probably also could
you
could look at it with mundane stuff first, like int and crafts or something like that. And
if you
No,
wanted
it's
to.
more I want to see like how.
I'm helping you resolve your condition.
Yes, you do have that.
And crafts +2. Give me 4 successes.
Nice. Yeah. So very, very quickly, yeah, you and some of this is even like, I imagine you've got active mage sight on as you're doing this anyways. And yeah, this thing is made from wood and good steel and something that's not normal. It's at a like submolecular, level that this thing has been changed, and it doesn't feel it doesn't feel magical in the way that like the necklace and mirror do, or like the grimoire did. But yeah, it's definitely been messed with. But yeah, if you guys want to scrutinize it, we can do that. Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and scrutinize that. We got enough time before the break.
3.
Okay.
3.
And
3.
wow.
Is that
Okay
good
then.
enough?
Yeah, go ahead and roll to
roll one more time.
reveal. Yep. 0. 3. What the hell?
3.
Oh yeah.
Are these different numbers coming up? Oh yes, they are different numbers coming up. Okay. She has not hacked the system. We're okay. Yes. So upon revealing, no, this is definitely not awakened magic. Matter basically comes up with, because that's what it has basically comes up with like, this is a like mundane wood, mundane steel, and something that like, especially from your perspective and the lack of spirit arcana, like you can recognize that it's got spirit in it. But it's
spirit touch.
Right. There's this big hole. Like you've got this big, beautiful pattern of, everything that works. And then there's these weird spots where it's just this big empty void. And you're like, there's something there. It's like looking at dark matter, right? It's like, I don't know what that is. Poke, 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 poke. There's something there, but I don't know what it is. Other than it's spirit related. And then, yeah, it is.
Would seeing closer help?
No. No. This is definitely like a spirit thing. And previously backtracking, this is a fetish. So it does have a spirit hunkered down and imprisoned, or convinced, most of the time imprisoned, to set up shop and sit there, behave, think about what you did, kind of thing. In the meantime, I'm going to use you to slaughter my enemies.
Right.
What
I think as I start to scrutinize it, I ask Logan what it does, like what its sort of effect is.
And yeah, he's like, it cleaves. Actually,
does a weapon count as a tool?
In what case?
For like a crucible, if its primary purpose is as a tool, it gets 8 again.
If you were using it as part of a skill. So if you're using it as strength and athletics to cut through a door, the classic fire axe, then yes. But as a weapon, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Where is my werewolf book?
I think I'm going with forces to take a look at this thing. Because I know it's not awakened magic, so it like Prime's probably not going to tell me that much.
Right. Well, oh wait, can I just search it here? Hey, that did it. Oh yeah, feel free to roll as I'm looking this stuff up. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good one. 4 successes.
Nice. Cool.
2
And with
successes.
that, you reveal.
Cool.
Only 2 opacity for forces. Why does this not want to open? There we go. I can barely read this. I don't know why the Power Rangers theme stuck in my head, but I do. Here we go. Traits, conditions, shadow and spirits. Spirit magic. Sample fetishes and talents.
Just realized with a little bit of forces magic, you could very easily make the Green Ranger's dagger. Make a dagger that's a flute that plays synthesizer noises.
There you go.
It's fine.
Do that with Wonderful Machine also.
Yeah, true.
Yes. Wonderful Machine does a whole lot of stuff. But looking over this, with forces, actually you get and this is probably something that came up with matter as well. The idea of something that is doing damage at the surgically precise level, and literally just would do cleaving, brutal damage. In terms of game mechanics,
it spend points to do aggravated.
No, it literally will lop limbs off.
It's Vorpal.
Yes.
Nice.
Specifically,
Hell
game mechanic. After activation, the first enemy struck with the thing in a scene suffers arm rack or leg rack tilt attacker's choice permanently as the weapon chops the limb
Chops their
clean
arm or
off.
leg off. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at?
It shuts things down. Oh, go ahead.
Can I have a look at this thing too?
Yeah. What are you rolling?
I'm interested in the spirit that's bound in this thing to see, if its conditions have to be satisfied to release it or that kind of thing. That's
Okay.
sort of what I'm thinking might be. So I was going to look at it with fate.
Mm-hmm. What do you? Okay, fate. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 1 more to reveal.
Yeah.
Cool. Fate is not bringing up a ton, other than you definitely get the something being held and imprisoned against its will kind of feel. The actual activation, which I think is an appropriate thing for fate, is basically using trying to remember what they have to use. Basically it's
Probably
a
gift.
convincing kind of thing, basically having to use their own renown and their own self to basically convince this imprisoned thing to work.
Okay. So it's like a presence thing almost.
Functions
Yeah,
off their gifts, probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's off their renown and
Are there any conditions under which the spirit in there could be freed?
if the device is destroyed, actually, technically, there would have been an intelligence plus occult roll, but that's fine. Basically, you have to push essence into it, but that essence is gathered by the spirit, similar to the spoiled lover.
Sure.
Once gets enough essence, it may be able to break free.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn, this thing's fucking cool.
Yes, it is.
Arcane beats all around for that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Studying a werewolf fetish. And with that, we hit 7:30, which is our break time. Also, I apologize if you're hearing the sound of my dogs trying to break in. I'm going to go find out what's going on there. If you're on Twitch, come hang out in Discord and chat with us and suggest some episode ideas. If you're on YouTube, come join us on Discord and talk about the episode and what you think is going to happen next. If you're on Twitch, you'll find out what happens next in about 5 minutes, maybe 10, depending on what's happening with my dogs. And of course, Kickstarter, Patreon. Yes, by the way, again, I'm going to mention again, halfway to our goal for having a editor help me out, and so we can get videos out faster and quicker, which would make things so much better, both for you guys and for me. Cool. What was that?
You do more videos.
Indeed, I could potentially do more videos. Right. I guess that's it for now. We will see you guys after the break or next time.
Stay lucky.